some weird dudes just right there, and they keep coming back. So we're hoping that if we have to fight them, we will. I took a boxing class one time, and Pete's got a gun, so I feel like between the two of us, we can take them. What we're doing today, we're spending the night in the wilderness, finding a spot, living here for the night, and seeing what happens. This is Pete, he's with me, and he's smart about life and making sure I don't die. So, when you're outdoors and you're roughing it, one of the first things you want to do is get a fire. You need some sort of heat. Today is clearly a day that lacks any type of heat at all. So we're gonna make sure that we stay nice and warm for the night. Right now, we are, what are you doing, Pete?
I'm making a fire.
You're making a fire. How are you making a fire?
I'm making it with your good old-fashioned primitive flint and steel.
Flint and steel.
And a little bit of char cloth too. I'm trying to get a spark to catch on this cloth, which will then hold the spark and make it an ember. Then once we have an ember, we can just take it from there.
I'm making sparks. Oh, he's got a spark. Blow on it, and then you put some rope with it. Making a little TT. I would like to say that we have come out here with virtually nothing. I have a cell phone for my drone, I have water, I have a hatchet. Pete can live off the land, and we just created a fire. I find some type of sustenance, as Thor would say, some food. We're thinking maybe frogs, if we can get some frogs, or we could create a hook with some worms we find under a rock and see if we can catch some fish. We'll see.
That's gonna be our hook. And we're gonna try to skin this down about right here. Maybe somehow create a hole or something up here. Attach it to that twine we have, put it on a stick, and find some bait. Don't know how I did it.
Hey, he just made a fish hook.
I mean, look at that.
That's pretty impressive. Look at that fish hook.
For being, the first time I ever did something.
This is not too bad.
So we're just gonna try throwing this in the water just without any bait. Fish are pretty dumb, they might think that. This is just from years of being a kid and out with my brother. My brother, he knows this kind of stuff too, probably more than I do.
Dude, there's a fish right there, right in the water.
Just a little guy.
Right in the water. How quick are you with your hands?
Oh, there's a crayfish. There's a freaking crayfish.
Really?
Come here, bud. They always like to swim backwards when they see danger.
Dude, you caught it. Look at that little guy.
The worst thing you could do out here is lose hope. So when you start being a negative Nancy, losing hope, and then things just start going downhill.
Stick it right in. Ooh. Yep.
It's a cruel world, bud.
Got him. Got another one. Well, that one's bigger.
So we got
Got the crayfish right in there. We're gonna cook them over our fire.
I feel like when it comes down to a lobster, you want to let it sit in boiling water for a while. Trial and error.
He was definitely not that color before. Now we're dismantling the food that Pete got cooked. It's like a shrimp.
Almost. Gross.
Ew, what is that in there? Is that like feces?
I don't know what that is.
What is that? Green stuff.
A little gritty.
How is it?
Definitely could use some seasoning.
Old Bay.
Old Bay is perfect.
Totally sleep right here. Right next to the fire. Keeps the bugs away.
Alright, so I realize that you can't see anything, but it's really cool right now because I'm just laying on the side of a rock overlooking the river. It's really cool. That's all I have to say about that. Anyway, getting a little tired, it's dark out, gonna go to bed.
Yeah, so it's after hours. We're about an hour in from trying to get some sleep, and we are just getting eaten alive by these mosquitoes. So we're restarting the fire and hoping that'll work a little bit better for us. Okay, so we just woke up. Pete is getting the fire going again. It was probably one of my better nights of sleep I've had in a long time. Slept right there and went in about 1 to 2 hour intervals. The biggest thing was that the little bugs kept flying right next to your ears, and it was like they felt like they were flying into your ears like all night. We're about a 5 mile hike to get back to the car. It's not that far at all. Pete, thanks for the trip into the wild, man.
No problem, man. Anytime.
We survived and we did well.